Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann, and it's Saturday morning. I recorded this yesterday, but it was taking 3 times to try and upload it. There was something wrong with it. So I just thought I would very quickly, I don't know how quick, but that I would re-record my video. I have something in the works to hopefully negate some of these issues that I've been having and the reason why I've been recording on my phone rather than my laptop or anything else. So, but until that is a thing, that's all I'm going to say about it. Once it becomes a thing, some exciting things are going to happen. So just stay tuned for that. Anyways, let's talk about everything. It is possible that I will leave something out this round because things happen, right? Okay, so let me jump into a tiny bit of a story. So I have been talking about my large London whip, which is by s3e32, and this is what it is. I think this might be, this and maybe one smaller pattern is going to be what I take to Maryland with me because, oh, and speaking of Maryland, I got my new Texas Maryland flag shirt from Route 1. Shout out to my MD peeps. But I think I am going to take this and maybe one other because this is kind of like a bunch of little mini finishes because of all of the motifs. So, and I already have it fully kitted up, and it's just, that's just easy. This is the fabric that I have for it. It's Moon Glow, which I got this because the only, like, this pattern is full of like super bright colors, and the only color that it didn't have was yellow. So I thought yellow would be a really good color, but it's kind of overpowering all the bright colors in the pattern. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to flash tea coffee dye this to dingy it up, and hopefully, because I still want it to be like yellowish and have that like yellow tinge, but it needs to not be this bright for the actual colors of the pattern to stand out and like shine, you know? Ooh, I probably should have put it back where I originally had it because that's where my phone is sitting right now. So there's that. I did get rid of one more whip out of my whip pile because my sewing craft room has been driving me bananas. It is one of the so in my decluttering of September, I went through every room. I even went through parts of my craft room because I got rid of so many books. And if you haven't seen any of what I got rid of, go check out my minimalism videos from the month of September. But it's a craft room, okay? I mean, it's never fully organized. And because I've been doing like the whip wheel and all that, and it's just been hectic in there. And like my whips were thrown about everywhere. Whenever I was pulling fabrics for all the October stitches, that's whenever I like organized my fabric drawer and things like that. So I just needed to go back through all my cross stitching stuff and kind of like the stuff on like the main, like out in the open areas, but there's still more to go through. So, when I was organizing my whips back up and all of that, I decided that I was going to rip out another one of my whips, and there's actually one more that I think I might do. Not to say that I'm not going to ever restart these, but I'm not happy with the way they are right now, and that's the story of it. But the one that I got off of my list is my Temperature Garden 2017. There's no offense or shade to Sarah Stitchin' Mommy because it is her pattern. So Sarah, if you're watching this, I still love the pattern. I think what I was tripped on was for Texas, it wasn't a fair representation of our temperatures because they are insane. So I think I originally started doing the highs and I was like, eh. So then I like started doing the averages. I don't know. I don't remember what I ended up with, but whatever I ended up with, most of the whole thing was going to be green, and that's not a fair representation of how insane our weather is here. Like, you literally can wake up in the morning and it's in the 30s, and by the time you're leaving work at the end of the day, it's in the low 90s. I mean, it is such a vast, like, crazy range. And so, I don't know, for some reason that like really tripped me up as I realized that majority of the piece was all going to be green, and that wasn't really like the best representation of how insane our weather can be. I think I just kind of fell out of love with it, and it's, like I said, I love the pattern. It's literally just Texas weather is stupid. So I actually, funny enough, Sarah now has a version of it where there's 2 colors per petal, and it's the highs and the lows. And I think that if I were to ever restart this, that's actually how I would do it, because I want to show that vast difference, you know, and it makes a multicolored dimensional flower, and I think that's really pretty. So, anyways, I was going to rip it out and save the entire piece of fabric, but it was proving to be a little bit more difficult than what I wanted to deal with, so I just cut it off. If I ever restart the project, I will either like dye a fabric for it or I'll do something, but I have something kind of in mind for this piece of fabric for some smalls. In December, I want to start the Noah's Ark series by Plum Street Samplers, and I have all of them but the most recent, so I need the most recent and then the final one that is coming out in November or possibly early December. But something that I thought about doing is all of the land animals and maybe even the sky animals, depending on what it is, doing them on a more neutral tan fabric, and any underwater like sea animals doing them on blue. And my temperature garden was on a really nice blue, so that might be what I do. I'm not 100% sure, but regardless, I did get one more whip out of my whip pile, so I think I'm now at 40. So anyways, that's the spiel on that. I do have 2 or 3 whips to show you. So we ended last week, and I was going to start on Barbara Anna's Black Cat Hollow. I did customize one of the cats to be a potter because, I mean, hello. There's only 2 cats in the pattern, and the pattern is named Black Cat Hollow. There's more witches in there than cats. So I'm going to leave one black, but I had to make one white. I have changed the color of the words to a really cool purple, a muted purple, and I have made one of the border colors a dusty rose color, and I'm giving every witch a color band in her hat. I don't know why, I just felt like it. So this is how far I got on that, and this is on a 16 count Picture This Plus in Fathom. So I really like it. It's super cute. The next one that I worked on was my Cricut collection, the Master and the Macabre. I'm changing so many colors in this. It is not that like I said last time, it's not that I don't think that these colors work well together, because I do. They are just not my taste. And I just also don't think they would look good on the color fabric that I have, which is 40 count Picture This Plus doubloon. So I'm changing up many things to make it more my style. So the whole entirety of the house is not going to be this like booger snot pukey green color. And the inside of the rooms, I don't want them to be lime green either. I am darkening those up and making the rooms look like they are blacked out, so that way those icons really pop off the fabric. So the main part of the house, I am stitching with a variegated color called Old Covered Bridge. And these are all gassed threads, I'm pretty sure. Yes, they're all gassed. So I'm doing Old Covered Bridge for majority of the main tower, and I'm going vertically. And then Brick Path, which is a more saturated red-green from Old Covered Bridge. They're pretty much the same colors, but this one's more saturated. I'm gonna do this side turret and the exposed bricks. I am doing it horizontally stitched, but I did outline the parts of the bricks just to make them a little bit more visible. So this is how far I am. So I finished his name, I did the ink spill, and then I got over to the house. There we go, that angle shows the colors really well. And then this dark color in here is actually what is supposed to be the lime green underneath the pendulum, and I'm working my way doing the color up there. And that is a color called Midnight Blue. Wrought Iron, oh my gosh, I cannot. It is like a dark cerulean to navy black blue. And so I'm really trying to black out those colors, and I think it's gonna look really nice. My third whip for this week and my last start is Lizzie Kate's Halloween rolls. I have finished the topper. I finished the topper last night, and I started on the first roll, a very tiny start on the first roll. I got a star. So this is where I'm at. I did change the color of these two headstones to 451. I wanted it to be a darker, more realistic headstone color compared to the super bright blue color. It's just, I don't know. I wanted them to be a little bit more realistic. And this is not the charted first rule. I'm doing mine in a different order. So this is part of the freebie that comes with the header on her blog that tells you the order that they're supposed to go in and the colors that you need and the size that it's going to be and all that. I'm putting them in a different order. I'm putting them in an order that logically makes sense for a Halloween night. The other way is super cute, do not get me wrong. I just like things to be logical. And that's just me. And so if I were to stitch this the way that it was charted, I might not like it as much as if it literally followed what I would consider the rules for a fantastic Halloween night, which I would never go visit a haunted house. That's not really my thing, but if you get what I'm saying. So I'm gonna put them in the order of Carve a Pumpkin, Scare a Crow, Mind Your Mummy, Wear a Costume, Eat Candy, Sit for a Spell, Brew Some Fun, Stay Up Late, Visit a Haunted House, Greet a Ghost, Howl at the Moon, and Be Spooktacular. Some of them I am not changing the order at all. It's just a few that I'm kind of playing with. It's more the beginning ones. Because for me, you would decorate your house with pumpkins and all that kind of stuff. You would mind your mother so that you could go trick-or-treating. You'd put on your costume before you eat your candy. Once you do that, you would sit for a little bit, have a few drinks, stay up late, because who goes to a haunted house early in the evening? I mean, I would, because I don't like to be scared, but I also would never go to one. But majority of the time you go late at night. And then in a haunted house, clearly you would see a ghost, and the moon is not up until late at night, so that's whenever you would have it, and you would hope to have a spooktacular evening. So logically, that's what makes sense to me. That's the order that I'm going to put them in. It does mess with some of the middle borders, but I think what I'm going to do, because I've been talking to Heather about it, is I think I'm just not going to fully box them in. I think I'm just going to put spacers, which means I can also play around with using multiple colors instead of doing a solid box around every other square. I'm just going to do the top and bottom line, and I can make those super colorful and do whatever the hell I want. So I started on Carve a Pumpkin. That's the little purple star in the corner of Carve a Pumpkin. So well on my way. Okay, so I also realized that my week got a little off. So next week's plans, I'll do haul really fast, but next week's plans are going to be a little different from what I originally planned, and it's actually a really good thing. So let's do haul really fast and then we'll get into that. So I did order 2 patterns because no pattern can travel alone. So I got one that has been on my wish list for a while because the one that just came out that I really wanted needed a travel partner. So this will probably be something that I will start maybe in the spring or something like that. But I got Cottage Garden Samplings, Peacock and Pomegranate. It's just so beautiful. The style of the peacock, honestly, looks, it's just so beautiful. I don't even know how to explain it any differently. This is gorgeous. So yeah, that might be like a spring start. And then the piece of resistance, the reason why I made my order is to get the exclusive 123 Stitch Lizzie Kate sampler claws. I'm very quickly falling in love with Lizzie Kate, if you cannot tell. But yeah, this is exclusive to 123 Stitch. I'm pretty sure they still have some in stock right now, and they are literally stocking up every single Lizzie Kate from like all of time on 123 Stitch. Almost nothing is out of stock of hers anymore. So if you thought that you missed out, they have become the exclusive sellers for Lizzie Kate. If your LNS isn't completely out of her stuff, you can find it there. I believe though they said that some of the newer the re-releases or the restocks for them of things that came with like buttons and stuff are not going to come with the buttons, but you can always find those at Jabco. But yeah, he's super cute. Like he's just adorable with all these little Christmas motifs, but that little Archangel over this one, honestly, I don't know if I like that one more, but the Santa is so cute. And I'm tempted to maybe leave out some of these little motifs and just do the Santa with the plant. I don't know. Maybe I'll do them all. It's possible. But okay, so those were 2 little splurgies that I had. And then my Fabric of the Month Club came. It is Picture This Plus 32 count ancient. If you have not joined the Baker's Dozen for 2019, the colors of the fabrics are beautiful. It's not a crazy color palette. She does say, she did tell me that she is planning for a crazy color palette for, I don't know, it might be 2020, it might be 2021. I'm not really sure. She has a couple of years picked out, I think. But the colors are stunning. It's another more neutral year, like colors that would be fantastic just to have in your arsenal at all times. You pick your type of fabric, you pick your size, you pick your count, and at the end of the year, you get a free piece of fabric. So, the only thing is you don't know which month what color is coming, but you do know all of the colors of fabric that you're getting throughout the year. But call Dreama at, oh my gosh, how did I just forget the name of her company? Wow, I totally just blanked. It's Dreama Shop. Oh my gosh. I literally, Needlecraft Corner. Oh my God. Guys, it is so early in the morning. I am so tired. Needlecraft Corner. Holy crap. Anyways, look her up, call her, get on the list. It's really awesome. I have not felt the need to do fabric in forever. Also, I found out that Picture This Plus, and I found out kind of like late this year, and I didn't know much about it, but Picture This Plus stopped doing their Christmas in July, the 25% off. I did know about that, but it now belongs to Dreama Shop. So if you are missing that Picture This Plus 20% off in July, it is now at Needlecraft Corner, which is out of Maryland. So anyways, my piece for this month was Ancient. Sorry that took me so long to remember that. Wow. I really love this fabric. This is the color fabric that I'm doing all of my religious pieces on, like my Apostles' Creed, and I'm going to do the Our Father, and I really want to do the books of the Bible, and I have some other ones, but I really like this. It looks like parchment with ink kind of spilled on it, because there's like these black ink looking bits spilled on the fabric. Ancient is a really, really, really cool one if you're looking for that old, crusty, wrinkly, dirty parchment look. The free gift that came with it this month is really cool. I've never tried beeswax with my thread. I never had Thread Heaven or anything like that. So we got some pure beeswax for our thread, and they were made into the shapes of little jack-o'-lanterns. It's so cute, and it's massive because of how it was made. So that's pretty cool. I've never used it, so that'll be neat to try. Maybe it'll make that glow-in-the-dark thread a little less unruly, which will be really nice. So that's like my haul. Okay. Let's talk about plans for this week. Normally I start something new on Sunday, and I kind of, I guess, messed up my timing for like my October stitching. So, and I think it's because I was thinking October has X amount of weeks. I'm going to do 2 stitches a week. And whatnot, including my birthday start, and I added a 9th, but the other thing is I was thinking of those weeks also from Sunday to Saturday, because I restart on Sundays, and the month ends in the middle of the week. Anyways, somehow I got off on the calendar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on Halloween rules today, which I'm still supposed to be, but I'm also going to work on Halloween rules tomorrow on Sunday, which normally I would start something new. So I'm hoping to at least get the first rule done and maybe get started on the second one. If I could get 2 done, that would be awesome. My last whip on my whip wheel is my Plague Doctor, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do Halloween rules through Sunday. I am going to finish on Monday Spirits and Spells by Brenda Gervais. And also, she just released the new Snowman one. Holy crap, have to have for my little collection. He would look cute on over-dyed blue fabric, right? Or like if I had some blue left over and coffee tea dyed it, since I'm doing this on bright colors that have all been coffee and tea dyed to make them look dirty and dingy. He would look cool on a blue, I think. That might happen. Anyways, so this is where she's at. I literally just need 1 more night of stitching on her and she would be done. Not FFO'd, but she would be not a whip. So Monday night, I'm going to try and finish Spirits and Spells by Brenda Gervais, so that way I can get this one checked off. Then Tuesday, I'm going to get out Plague Doctor. This is where I'm at with Plague Doctor. So my goal is obviously to finish this giant section. There's a fair amount of black that goes in there. And then I'm probably going to start over here and work my way down. This is how wide the part of his face goes, all the way to over here. And then he obviously comes out a little bit for his shoulders over here. So I have a fair amount of him left. But I'm hoping to get this section finished and then maybe get some really good work in on the hat at least. So I'm going to work on him from Tuesday to Friday for sure. I'm not going to really get to stitch Saturday because that is the start of my birthday party. So the beginning of the day, I'm going to be cooking and getting everything ready for that. And then people are spending the night. So, I'll be able to stitch some Sunday night, and then Monday we are starting my birthday stitch, Yellow Submarine, and I know that some of y'all are joining me in that, and I'm so excited for it. You have no idea. And so that gives me 3 days for the end of the month, but if I remember correctly, I think I like busted out Strawberry Fields in 5 to 6 days. So I'm hoping that by the weekend or like somewhere in the middle of the weekend of the first week in November that I can have that done, and then I will be working really hard to finish up my Christmas gifts, which I have 2 left. Well, one is not a Christmas gift, but I have 2 gifts left to finish. One that has to be done before Thanksgiving. So, that's going to lead me into that, and then we'll see where it goes from there, because I'm going to have to work on those until they're done, which is fine with me. So I may get to work on a whip before I go on my trip, or I may start something. I'm not really sure. And then on my trip, I'm definitely taking Large London, so I need to tea dye that fabric, and I might throw some more white fabric that I have in there while I'm at it. And what else? Ooh, I have that leftover Fabrics by LJ fabric that's bright blue that I did Cactus Cat on. I may over dye that with coffee tea for the snowman pattern. That might happen. Anyways, sidetracked. But let's see. My current wish list is Feast of Friendship by Blackbird Designs. That's definitely that's being bought soon. The new Brenda Gervais snowman circle pattern to go with the Santa Claus, the chick, and the witch. I'm really hoping that she has a few more of these up her sleeve, like maybe a Uncle Sam. I mean, there's some different things that she can do. And maybe an Easter bunny. There's multiple things, right? And so I'm kind of hoping that there's more to come, because I wasn't expecting a snowman, so we'll see. But definitely those 2, and I need the last of the Noah's Ark set. So I might, if I get some birthday money, might be you know, getting myself a few charts at the beginning of November after my birthday. So anyways, those are my whips, my haul, my plans, all the things that I can tell you this week. And I really am hoping to get this one thing figured out, because I have been asked a couple of times over the years if I would ever do a stitch with me. And the thing is that I don't really like half-assing anything, quite honestly. Like, I've said it on here, I don't like recording on my phone, but there's been issues with recording on my computer, and so I'm working on something to fix that. But until that happens, this is what I'm dealing with. So I don't have my intro right now, which I want to redo anyways. I don't have my outro. I'm not putting up my the links to old videos or playlists or anything like that, because it just seems silly to do on a vertically filmed video. But hopefully that will change soon. And one thing that I've always wanted to do if I was going to do a stitch with me is do a two-way perspective, which I can't do right now. So, you know, what can I say? So, I always just figured if I'm going to ever do it, I'm going to do it right. And if this other thing comes through, then I will be able to do it right. And that will be really fun, because I think it'll be, I don't know, I think it'll be fun. So we'll see. I'm not promising anything. It will eventually happen either sooner or after the first of the year, I'm guessing. But yeah, we will see what happens with that. And, but I'm working on some fun stuff to kind of revamp my channel, and it's not for any particular reason other than, like I've said before, I love tinkering with this kind of stuff. I love learning more. I love expanding my knowledge on making better videos, on making better intros, on linking things. I really just, that's what I like to do. I work in IT. I'm a trainer. I create online training webinars. So it only seems natural that I want to be super creative and fun in my videos and have like fun things happening in them. But I need better equipment to do that. And so that's kind of why I've stopped talking about it, but I'm really hoping that maybe we'll see. If I get the proper equipment, then some fun stuff is going to start happening. I don't know how quickly fun stuff is going to start happening because some of it I still have to teach myself how to do. It does take time, but I will probably try and roll it all out at one time. So it may still be the first of the year, regardless if I have equipment or not. Because like I said, I don't want to be figuring it out the whole time. You know, I want it to be good from the get-go. And that's just the creative kind of OCD perfectionist in me. That's just the way it is. But I think a stitch with me would be really fun. I don't know how often they would or would not be, or if people are still interested in seeing me do them, let me know. But regardless, I still want to have better equipment, if not even for that. So, anyways, the other thing is that I am going to continue being me on this channel, and I'm going to keep doing more than just FlossTube videos on my channel. And with better equipment, I might do more than what I have been doing that's different from FlossTube. And hopefully y'all will join me with that. But if not, again, I always say this, but you don't have to unsubscribe from me just because I post something other than a FlossTube video. FlossTube is definitely always going to be my main videos on this channel, but I have interest in many things. I used to make some of my little cooking videos, and maybe I can make more of them because it'll be easier to do them. I used to do some reviews. I've taken most of them down, but I used to do that, and it's something that I miss doing. I like to play around with I like to play around with makeup. I like to do a little bit of everything, and I want to share that with y'all on this platform. But everything will always, and I always say this, but everything will always be properly labeled on its own playlist. And I try to make things have a designated date or like time period in the month that I might upload it. So that way, you know, my FlossTube videos are always going to be on Fridays, except for like special occasions. They're sometimes on Saturdays, but I mean, that is set, right? So everything else would be like during the weekday, and my minimalism videos, whenever I have one, comes out on Sundays. So I have a semi-schedule, right? So you don't have to leave. You don't have to like worry. These videos are not going away regardless of what all I put out. It's just, I have too many interests and I like sharing them. And whether or not people are interested or not, I make these videos for me and to share with you guys. Obviously, I mean, I make them for other people, but I also really just make them for me and to make me happy and to play, because I, like I said, like being creative and like doing these fun things and learning new skills and all that kind of stuff. And so my Ionomy gameplay videos are going to be coming soon. I mean, and that might not interest anybody. Watching me play a game on my phone may not be interesting to anybody, but it's something that I want to do, and it's going to be labeled and all of that. So anyways, I just wanted to touch on that, but we will see. I'm hoping within the next few months or by the beginning of the year that I will have some cool stuff to kind of roll out. And we'll see if that happens. If it doesn't, then it'll still happen eventually. But like I said, I need some better equipment and I'm working on it. So I will see y'all next week. I hope that y'all have a great stitchy weekend and a great kind of last full week of October leading into Halloween. If you are stitching with me on Yellow Submarine for my birthday, let me know. I would love to know like what kind of fabric you're using, if you're changing up any of the colors, because I just find that really fun and interesting. And I'm really, really excited about it. I'm excited to get a finish. I'm excited to work on Plague Doctor some more, and definitely Halloween Rules. Guys, if you are not stitching this and it's not on your radar, if you like it at all, definitely stitch it. It is so much fun. But anyways, I will see y'all next week. Bye, guys.